it's important that we understand that this is not just about Senator Schumer. We are talking about a coordinated effort of 8 senators with the knowledge of Leader Schumer voting to break with the entire Democratic Party in exchange for nothing.
Deeply disappointed in the Democratic senators, many of whom are not even running for re-election.
Who is running the show now in the Democratic Party?
No one really knows.
Well, here to react to this and so much more, answer our tough questions is Democrat Congressman Jake Auchincloss from the great state of Massachusetts. Congressman, first of all, I want to thank you for joining us. We certainly appreciate you taking the time. Now, I got some tough questions for you. Do you think Senator Schumer has been an effective leader for your party? And do you agree with some of those colleagues we just heard from that it's time for that change?
First of all, thanks for having me back. I don't think Americans feel like Congress is working, period, right now. The appropriations process is dysfunctional. Congress has ceded way too much of its authority to the president on a host of issues, from tariffs to law enforcement to military use. And it's critical that we disrupt the status quo. But only Democrats can do that by taking back the House in 2026. That's the congressional leader I'm focused on getting rid of, is Speaker Mike Johnson, because he's allowed Congress to be sidelined at a time when Americans want Congress laser focused on lowering costs.
That was a wonderful sidestep, Congressman. I'm going to turn it to my colleagues now because we have a lot of questions for you. Mark, I know you got one ready.
Congressman, you know, as a physician, I'm going to ask you about health care because that was the sticking point of the whole shutdown. And your father, both your father and uncle, renowned physicians, your father, acting director of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases. You come from a family of great physicians, and you yourself are very interested in health care. So how do you explain to me the idea that we're talking about a health insurance here that doesn't work very well, where we extend subsidies forever, we pay more and more, we bankrupt the government, and patients still don't get taken care of?
The U.S. health insurance system is broken. I think both parties agree on that. Democrats for the last 15 years have been trying to fix it. Republicans for the last 15 years have been complaining about it. I know that the president has put forward his own ideas. I know he watches this show, so I'll speak directly to the president. Let's do a deal on health care, you and Democrats in Congress. Let's extend the ACA for 1 year to give the middle class some breathing room. Let's empower patients and employees with direct funding to their flexible accounts. And let's expand community health centers by making the Medicare Advantage health insurance corporations pay for tripling the reach of community health clinics, which Maha and Democrats both agree on.
Congressman, there are real rifts here. You've got a sort of Democratic Socialist ascendant in some places, and you're saying, rightly, people want you to drill down on affordability. Are you sort of surprised after electoral wins to find the party here? And how do you prevent that left wing from saying, shut it all down, as opposed to keeping it open for voters in the future?
I think the framing of left versus center is not really serving the Democratic Party very well anymore. One thing that President Trump did starting in 2016 and I think culminating in 2024 is he really realigned the electorate. I'm not totally sure, and I do this for a living, what right to left actually describes anymore in the old way of doing things. We have to redefine the center, take the best ideas from across different factions in American life, and put forward an agenda to the American people that lowers the cost of housing, health care, and utilities, that delivers equal opportunity and excellent education, and that makes public safety the prime function of government.
Sir, thousands of flights were delayed or they were canceled. Millions were going without paychecks or food benefits. Yet you voted against reopening the government 15 times. So why did you vote to keep the government shut down despite all the harm that it was doing?
Yeah, it was a nasty fight, and I understand the pain. I also understand, though, that what the middle class has been going through over the last 10 months is not sustainable. The middle class has taken on the biggest tax hike and the biggest health care cut in American history with unilateral partisan action by this president. And they needed a win. They need a win on Medicaid and at-home care, or on tariffs, or on COPS grants. And Democrats went to the mat for the middle class to get them a win, and we will continue to do so. Going to be a lot easier in 2026 if we take back the House.
Congressman, I want to follow up on that a little bit. And, you're so excellent at answering these questions, but Democrats didn't get anything, and so the American people want to know, you fought this fight, you went to the mat. I respect your opinion on that. You thought you fought the good fight, but you didn't walk away with anything. So when you look back on it now, hindsight is 20/20. Do you think maybe Democrats made a big error in judgment there and causing all that pain? I mean, flights are not going to get back to normal for a while. You got people that are still reeling from this, and you didn't really walk away with anything for your party whatsoever, except for maybe some fundraising emails.
I'm frustrated. Democrats are in the minority. Republicans have the White House, the Senate, and the House. They are responsible for everything that happens or fails to happen from Washington, D.C. That's what leadership means. And the question is less so, what did Democrats not get, as it is, what have the Republicans delivered in the last 10 months? Well, here's what they've delivered. Ground beef is up 10%. Coffee is up 40%. I'm hearing from constituents that they used to, Tuesday, Thursday is pasta with meat sauce. Now it's pasta no meat sauce. That is what Republicans have delivered over the last year, and that is what Democrats are squared up against going into 26.
Well, Congressman, we appreciate you being here and taking our questions. We have probably 100 more for you, but in the interest of time, we're going to let you go. Thank you, Congressman Jake Auchincloss. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for taking the time.
I'll be back if you have me.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.